Legislature, like we said previously, was invited to join the President of the Republic of Liberia to attend the inaugural ceremony in Accra, Ghana. And he has passed an instruction mandating me as the presiding officer in the section that is to go with the Honorable House of Representatives to make a brief comment or remarks while his call is made at the cabinet. I'd like to begin by saying thanks to all of us colleagues, especially to our colleagues that have joined us today in this chambers and the Varuga City Hall conference room. We would like to emphasize and recognize the presence of our colleague, almost one more of the Electoral District number 3, Moscow County. I'd like to say welcome, colleague. I'd like to say to our senior eminent colleague, our Thomas Mukuya of the Electoral District number 3, Sandal County, Sandal County. And I also like to recognize the leaders of CFP, Honorable President Kumbu, our own dear sister of the Electoral District number 5, National Council of Representatives, welcome. And then my sister, Eleanor, we say welcome to the House of Representatives of the Ocean to continue with the Liberian people business. Few points for consideration. I'd like to begin by saying thanks to all of leaders, all of us, for the hard work over the period for the first session. As this adjournment for the first session is brief, all of us are encouraged to begin preparation, preparing ourselves for the second session of the Honorable House of Representatives on the 55th Legislature and kick off a few days from now, the second week in Monday in January. Concerning the state bill that the government was prior to our extension for the third purpose, as it is said, keep the tongue and force but they remain uniform and remain together in following the common good of the masters. In case we have an obligation to the Liberian people for push to quote. In this I'm proposing to the leadership through the Committee on Rules, Order and Administration to prepare the retreat for the House of Representatives to mend the broken rules. The proposed retreat should not be limited to lawmakers only, but inclusive of our staffs. We can have the general reconciliation, or we can all transfer our differences. Pledge our unquestioned dutiful support to the other two branches of government, the executive and judiciary, and we also pledge our collaborative working with our counterparts, the colleagues of the Honorable Senate. As we leave today, let us make Liberia first and last cooking. And Liberia is all that we have. Distinguished colleagues, on behalf of the Speaker and the leadership of the House of Representatives, we wish you well as you go back into your respective constituency, engaged with the constituents. We hope the limited days that you have will be meaningful in interacting with your people, as it is expected that God will carry you through and return to this Honorable House of Representatives on the 13th, having been the second working Monday of January 2025. Again, we'd like to say congratulations, wish you well. We hope to see you back at the nation's capital. Total regular session for the year under review. We have 76 regular session. of city, we have regular city 76, secret sections 32, special city we have 7, leadership city we have 31, people cities 156. Number of bills passed: House bill passed 10, Senate bill concurred 2, executive bills passed 16, petitions passed 0, resolution passed 2, certificate for extension 2, total 32. As we have number of resolution bills, petitions in committee room, we encourage our colleagues as to go for education. Please note that you have been 10. We need most of those communications to come back on the floor as we deliver them for consideration. House bills 43, Senate bills we have 2, executive bills we have 6, petitions we have 2, resolution 0 to 32. Appearances in plenary we have 47, appearances in leadership we have 41. Orders. Communications for lawmakers we have in total 214. Communications from the executive we have 20. Communication from institutions we have 45. Communication from foreign bodies we have 2. Communication from individuals we have 10. Total 291. Presidings. Speaker presided over 50. Deputy Speaker presided over 32. Other lawmaker presided over 91. Total 634 communications. We now send distinguished colleagues to the youth stars and say congratulations to all of us that we said in our little Palan, the team and talk and first on behalf of our common goal. Our common goal is the Republic of Liberia. That's why we took both to defend and protect with us all where we live at home. Congratulations. This is the motion by John.
So folks, the session has been adjourned and has come to a closure. And session will be resumed on the 13th of January as the representatives will take a break. So folks,
with regard to whatever the team is funding at the capital.
So folks, as I said, the session was presided by Richard Namekun as he later departed the City Hall of the Royal City Corporation for the airport, and it was later presided over by Deputy Speaker, House Deputy Speaker Thomas Fada. So, therefore, as you can see, you have Representative James Cole and Representative Priscilla Cooper.
Just stay there, one hour there, stay there. No, let us stay here. Let us stay
I was being here, still December, the back of our heads, we broke the ball, still need the ball. But now we're still all one together, we shall work together to help our better operation.
Will we see more of the police coming inside after the break?
I just get to opening, I think my years have been gone for the year, so I'm getting to my
What's different? Are you make it here?
Calling for unity, and one of your colleagues were thrown out today.
To signify leadership. After 2-3 months of heated debate, forcing and to the power. Today, I'm opposing to the other side, for realizing that it's not about individual, it's about moving individual forward. So they have come back to the majority of the colleagues after the civil rights convention. It's not about the winning, it's about so I'd like to take for the members, those of our colleagues that are namely on heading out of slow morning, sales performance, error like Thomas those that are on the way that have been informed a majority of our colleagues by the 30th moving forward to the next progress. This is not just the these are things that some of us are it's not true, but these are things that happen by the end of the day, trash them out, and move on.
How can we reconcile there in the wake of that? One of your colleagues were being thrown out.
The Canada is the official seat. Yes, we know that we have issues there, and those issues are resolved. There is the official seat of the legislature.
That's it.
And he has been quarantined for now to the security apparatus in doing her work, and then take over the million groups in order the organization to make sure we have some places so that we can be able to our work. So nothing wrong with it, just pieces of job.
You were in Lofa or recent. You did a lot of good things. You did press upon your arrival.
Just part of my job. It's my job.
So how soon we expect this to take place?
We hope that we get more second working Monday when we soon. Other resumption is expected that the community roles and other the leadership.
Thank you so much. Happy New Year, sir.
So, folks, that was the voice of
Happy New Year.
Deputy Speaker Thomas Fada, who basically made emphasis on some of the major happenings and then all the holy balloon that has been happening at the seat of Liberia's legislature. And also made emphasis basically so basically House Deputy Speaker Thomas Fada also call on all lawmakers to
We have a rules order in administration chair of the House of Representatives, James Cole of Bon County. Welcome to the media.
And let me say thank you so much. I'm happy to be with you once again, and permit me to say to you.
Okay, we let you know about the Capitol building, the Rotunda of fire, and in the close of the year, and we are beginning a new year. Can you give us a status of what is happening at Capitol?
What is happening at Capitol? Basically, the security apparatus are currently doing the investigation of what led, and we don't want to speak. So that is an investigation. So for now, as we others in administration, remain tablet until the security can speak before we come up. So all we know for now, we can say to the public, is the place is barricaded. Employees are not having access to the building as usual or normally. I say, well, this is not a normal condition. And again, the place remains barricaded. It is our hope and prayer that the investigation can be concluded, or security approval can be given for employees to have full access to the building, that we can continue to do the work of the Liberian people.
Can you give an update on the office of the speaker since you wrote the impacted speaker from Kufa asking him to vacate? He has not replied to you, or he did. He said he has a case in court, and give us an update. The next session will be beginning.
Let me say this to you. As an administrator, I will be more diplomatic in my analysis now, and I will be more profound in my thoughts or statements, and I will be more reconciling in my statements. I haven't come in a combative mood. I haven't come to give grounds or legitimacy to mere gossip or rumors around the street corners. In the words of Councillor Van Heren Buto Shema, news from the grapevine. But I will say to you with regard to your inquiry that we wrote the former speaker before the prohibition was placed by the Supreme Court. He was given an ultimatum 1 week, and unfortunately for him or for us, he did not comply with the ultimatum of the 1 week. And for the sake of peace, for the sake of mutual respect for one another, we still adhere to the mandate of the Supreme Court of placing a prohibition, and we follow it to the court. You are the witness, and the people, the public out there can attest to it, that we were able to live by the request or the mandate of the Supreme Court. Thereafter, a ruling was made. The arm of government that is responsible for law enforcement, or that is responsible for the interpretation of the ruling of the Supreme Court, considered as the being of the Supreme Court bar, the Justice Minister came and interpreted this ruling. And on the basis of that, the clerk is here, the deputy clerk is out there. He wrote the former speaker for the second time to turn the office over. And the second time, he did not respond. We wrote it for the third time. He did not respond. And it was followed by an SMS from me personal to him on Christmas Day. And in that SMS, I was wishing him Merry Christmas to he and his family. And from there, I also informed me about the turning of the key as evidence of previous communications. And he responded to me to wish me Merry Christmas to me and my family as well. And in the same vein, said to me that as far as he's concerned, he was illegally removed, and the Supreme Court has now ruled. And I responded, I say, on Kofa, you have to be aware that bill of information is at the discretion of the court. The court decides to hear bill of information, and it decides not to hear a bill of information. And an attempt to decide not to hear in my wisdom is an act of denial. So you've been here. Bill of information going about 3 to 4 weeks now. It hasn't been heard by the court. It's not entertained. In my mind, it's a state of denial. So on the basis of that, I felt that it was. So the following on New Year Day, I also followed with another SMS. But surprisingly, he took it to the media, and I think that he's a leader. He deserves my respect and my courtesy. So I still own it to him as former speaker and my colleague, and above all, a father who can bond me, whom I work along with, per his experience, his age. I owe him a lot of respect. So I want to say in this public manner, I'm not propelled to respond to his concern or sending my SMS to the public. Well, I'm not angry about that, and I'm going to respond to it in a harsh manner. I'm going to do it in a very respectful manner. The respect that I had for Kofa when he was speaker or deputy speaker, I still maintain that high degree of respect for him. So nothing else will cause me to reduce our respect for him. So and of recent, Romeo Kuya has been able to come in as a mediator to ensure, and he's been taking information from us to that of the former speaker, and from the former speaker to us. And I say to Romeo Kuya in this public manner, thank you so much for the opportunity to ensure that this impasse come to an end finally. So the first time they requested for Friday, and Friday it did not materialize. The second time they requested for Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday. Today is Monday or Tuesday. But Kuya just informed me that the communication that will serve the former speaker to turn the office over, He's requesting that the former speaker said he has not received the communication, so he would love me to give him a copy of the communication on require, that on require can personally deliver to the former speaker. So like we're saying, we're trying to use all of the diplomatic or negotiation skills. So I just informed the clerk, because when I informed over the weekend, the documents were in the office, and I told him that I needed a copy of the communication. But the one he sent to me is a return copy. It is normally returned. They don't put, according to they don't put it on a letterhead for how they call it, trying to scarcity of stationery. So normally I return it on the ordinary sheet. So I said, no, I need a copy of the letter that's on the letterhead. So if they give it to me today, I can show you on the Remukia is going to have it. So we're having a series of negotiations, backdoor discussions that we cannot disclose to the public right now for confidentiality, in ensuring that the office of the key to the office of the speaker, it is returned, and the speaker in person, Richard Nangbekon, it is having access to said office when he returns, hopefully from Ghana, for an induction of the elected officials of Ghana.
Basically, in relation to the suspension of the police, do you care to tell a little about how soon after the break, how soon can you tell us about these suspension will be uplifted as soon as possible?
No, I can't speak to that. What you saw the debate today, a decision was taken. All I can assure you is we have one House of Representatives. It doesn't matter who you support, where you come from. The burden is on our shoulder as leaders to ensure that we reconcile this House. The responsibility is ours now to reach out to our colleagues. And let me say hats up to some of our colleagues that joined us today. We've been trying to reach out to them, Honorable Remukia, Honorable Sumo Moluba, Honorable Presidio Cooper, Honorable Ellen Ato. We've been reaching out to them. And besides those names, we're still reaching out to other people. The leg of Honorable Mema Breeze Mensa, the leg of Honorable Samuel Ennis. The list goes on. We're reaching out. Even my own brother and friend, we talk most often in person, Honorable Zina Nomo. Last week, Honorable Foko and I, we exchanged calls for almost 3 to 4 different times. So the responsibility is on. Let me also say hats off to my own big brother, Honorable Dixon Shibu. He's also instrumental in ensuring that all sides come together. We've been having a series of conversations. This morning, Honorable Shibu and I spoke, and he's a big brother. Many times when issues are unfolding, he called me and said, Jimmy, okay, I think in my mind, we got to do it this way. I think in my mind, we had to engage it this way to ensure that there's crime. So it's not only our side. People from the other side, I'm sure they are interested in peace. And some of them are reaching out, and we ourselves, we are reaching on Jerry Yokbo. I just forgot about him. On Jerry Yokbo and I, we've been having a series of conversations this morning on Jerry Yokbo, and I spoke this morning about this situation. So we can assure you that in many of them words, we are tired with the impasse. We think that it will not stop us from working for the Liberian people. We're elected to do a piece of job. That responsibility is upon us. We have to work together, no matter in the midst of our disagreement, to ensure that the choice of the Liberian people is. Yeah, let's settle her, then I can come to you. One make of the letter that was placed on the floor today. It's not about my personal feelings. It's every lawmaker have the right to write the plenary. So after the writing, the plenary have to take a decision. And unfortunately for me, I wasn't here during the discussion. I have to leave to attend as rule order to provide funding or source out money to settle, to work along with the political department to purchase tickets for 2 of our colleagues that are going with the speaker to attend the inauguration of the former of the Ghanaian leadership. For the speaker, his trial was taken care of by them, but 2 of our colleagues, the guests, we as a plenary or as a house, we have to provide for that ticket. So you can see here, we just came from doing the purchase of the tickets. I think you can see the receipts from them. For the 2 colleagues, the chair on foreign affairs, obviously, he's the chair on all foreign missions. He had to escort the speaker along with the chair on chair on foreign affairs in person of Nyanka Gay, and Honorable Sekou Kane is the chair on executive. They have to accompany the speaker. And I hear you ask me, what is the relationship between Honorable J. Marvin Cole and I? In my mind, I may not speak for him, but I think we have a good working relationship. If it is not 100% good, I can assure you in the general public that I'm trying my best to ensure that it is good. I remember Honorable Cohen I spoke a few weeks ago when Honorable Edward Papi Flomo came for his gasoline, and we're in my office, and he was calling Honorable Flomo to know as a suspended lawmaker, he will receive a gasoline. And the man told him, said, Mayor, Bongani brother, let me get the phone so I can answer you. So he was phone last week, I was supposed people, your gas is here, send somebody for your gas. We're not depriving of gasoline. The period you are suspended for is not the period in which the gasoline is available for. The gasoline is available for the month of September and October, and the suspension take effect in December, right? So obviously, all of our colleagues, suspended, non-suspended, the 73 members were entitled to all of that benefit for the month of September and October, and they received it. So, and he sent somebody, the person can receive his gasoline. So we have conversations directly and indirectly. There are people from his side who have reached out to me saying, Honorable Cole is a big brother. There's a need for you to sit on a round table, to have discussion, to smoke peace pork, for the betterment of the legislature, for the betterment of the youthful generation as a young man. And I say to them, my doors are open, my arms are open. I have nothing personal with Honorable Cole or any other person. I think Honorable Eugene Colley and I spoke last week or week before last when duty free came. He said, man, Cole, why am I picking something from gasoline? I said, yes, sir, people are some for it. That's it. We are not enemies. We are friends.
Last day from my end, and all the police, the sauna is just next door. How far will the renovation of the water chamber and in terms of the protocol and activities leading to the sauna?
Let me say this. As chair on rule order, in my capacity in the committee, we are resolved that sauna will not be conducted at the Wolan Hour Tower Joint Chamber. That is off the mark. You understand that? It is not possible for us to do renovation work from now to return working money or full working money or whatever did stipulated or set aside for sauna. It is not possible. So thereby, the issue of thought of having sauna at the capital is hereby cancelled. The next destination for sauna is a discussion that is ongoing. Where can we have sauna? Where would be appropriate? Where would be conducive enough for such an event? That is a discussion we have, and it's not level rule order. This is a discussion that is the executive have part to play. The committee on executive are very instrumental in working with the executive branch of government to give the feedback to rule order, and also the committee on foreign affairs. Because remember, we also have foreign diplomats in said event. So it is a tripartite committee. It is now rule and order. You have rule and order. You have executive. You have foreign affairs. So maybe we can take one more down, call it a day, please.
Yes, my name is Gerald from Page Africa.
That's the final question.
Oh,
from Page. I listened, I read one of your captions this morning, and it was quite interesting. So I'm like, wow, from Page point, they kind of caption, but it was okay. But the men of front page don't have interest in reading the caption. This one get interest. Don't play this one too much, very big.
Thanks to carry on this reconciliation. Some of the police are under suspension, and my question is, would they be part of this process?
No, I think you got me wrong. I'm not saying I have been taxed to carry on reconciliation. No, not organized. All of us, every one of us is taxed. Even the guy who are suspended, they have a responsibility to reconcile us as well. Because if, take for instance, I feel that I offended from Page Africa, that led from Page Africa to take a decision against me, I must prove a sign of remorse. I must prove a sign of regret. Yeah, so I'm talking about. So I'm saying to you, you take the last one.
Would this process include your colleagues who are on the other side, especially?
And I said yes. That's how rich. I think I listed names to you that I have talked to personally, right? Zina Noma, for instance, I talked to him personally. He's one of those affected by the action. Or Papi Flomo. I said to you a few weeks ago, or Eugene Colley comes and begin something for gasoline. You know what I'm saying? Hey, duty free. And is he not suspended? He is. But he's my colleague. He's my big brother. So when they reach out to, I told you that, or what's your name? Foco and I, we have several exchanges on the telephone. And I don't call him Foco normally except for the public. I call him Uncle. Tradition is my uncle. I'm his nephew. And he gave me, said, nephew, how to do that? I said, yes, sir, Uncle. It is the mandate or tradition I have to obey. You understand what I'm saying? But does that take away the flavor of the plenary? No, it doesn't. What plenary says is what will be implemented, because plenary is the highest decision-making body. Are you understand what I'm saying there? Thank you. So Jara TV. Pardon?
With that suspension, that undermines
We said to you, decision was taken before. So, it not just possible. It won't. And they themselves will understand it. So, Daraja gave Jara TV the last opportunity.
Yeah, dispensation for you.
Yeah.
Thank you for the recognition. Honorable Kudet, there have been a new group formed and which headed by Honorable Musa Hassan Bilete, called the Rules of Law Caucus. Or does that bother you?
Let me say this. Every one of us has a right to associate and disassociate. So if people decide to establish themselves under a banner, who am I to say I'm bothered by the actions? Once the establishment is not in contravention of the general protocol or the general formation or the general theme or objective of our gathering as lawmakers, I have nothing to be bothered about. I'm only bothered if their establishment, their formation will serve as a hindrance to the overall goal or objective. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So media people, please, we want to use the time from our office to also say thank you to all of you for always providing coverage from day one all the way to now. And as we close today, we want to extend thanks and appreciation to you for your media institution for giving you that dispensation.
So folks are browsing voice. Chairman of Rules, all of administration, and the council representatives, whether in late nation on a few happenings within the House of Representatives, specifically on the State of the Nation address that has been scheduled, that is next door, basically in they will be in consultation, finding somewhat conducive, certain reasons of which basically stated that somewhere conducive, because there will be diplomats, foreign